Welcome to Alert Tales, where we dive deep into the most gripping stories of real-life experiences. If you love tales that evoke emotion, spark conversation, and connect us all, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more captivating stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
I woke up when I was 12 years old. I woke up when I was 12. When I was a child, strange things would happen to me. I was constantly sick with fevers and flus. I feel it's important to preface with this since it could possibly explain some of the things, but not all of them. I had a small tube TV in the room next to my bedroom. I called it the toy room because I had an easel, desk, cassette deck, etc. in there. I repeatedly woke up sitting in a chair in front of my TV, not remembering walking there. It lasted for about a year when I was 5 or 6. When I was about 7 years old, I remember standing up out of bed and suddenly being in the middle of a field near my house in my underwear in a heavy rainstorm. I walked home since it was only a block away and all the doors of my house were locked. I had to knock to be let in. I remember my parents' shock and disbelief. They always denied it happened and seemed to have no memory of it after that night. But when my mom passed in 2019, I read her old journals she left to me and she wrote it down in 2003. They just genuinely didn't seem to remember it even the next day, even till the day she died. My dad still claims not to remember. Around this time, I started having terrible dreams, waking up groaning and crying, unable to remember them. I genuinely felt like there was something coming into my room and putting the dreams into my head. They stopped abruptly one day, and I haven't had a single dream since then. Between the ages of 8 and 10, I would frequently have out-of-body experiences where I would see myself from different viewpoints. Sometimes it was like an over-the-shoulder third-person perspective. Other times it would be a view from above. It was genuinely all I could see. I couldn't see out of my eyes, but only through this odd perspective. I thought I would be seen as crazy if I tried to tell anyone, so I just kept quiet and tried not to think about it. It happened occasionally as I got older, but from 10 to 12, I have no memories. None. My parents claimed I just kind of stopped talking, stopped interacting with people, stopped doing anything at all. They said I was like a ghost, just existing and emotionless, robotic and silent unless asked a question. I failed all of my classes and was nearly put into special ed. Then one day when I was about 12, I just woke up. No more weird sicknesses, no more sleepwalking, or teleporting, I guess. No more weird dissociating nightmares, robotic behavior, paranormal experiences, nothing. I started remembering things normally, experiencing normal preteen feelings. Everything just kind of started being okay. I don't even know why I'm posting this, but it just crossed my mind and felt weird. Any explanations or insights, even just comments or shared experiences would be awesome. Thanks for reading.
Fat acceptance has ruined my life. I am 21 and 245 pounds for context purposes, but I really just need to talk about this because I have no one in my real life that understands my anger. I have been in the fat acceptance community since I was 15 years old. I started putting on a lot of weight at that age because I have binge eating disorder. I binge usually 4 to 5 days out of the week, and my highest caloric intake was 12,000 calories in one day. I have always struggled with my binge eating habits, but when I discovered the body positive and fat acceptance community, I felt so seen and heard by these people and had the rhetoric health at every size hammered into my brain for years. I ignored every health issue that I accumulated and just decided it must be genetics, when it was in fact not genetics or anywhere near the realm of healthy or normal. My upper arms, calves, feet, and breasts turn purple at any given time. I can barely breathe when I'm walking up the stairs. I get horrible golf ball-sized friction cysts between my thighs because of how huge they are, and so many more disgusting and uncomfortable health issues. But the entire time I've been experiencing these issues, ever since I was young, I was always told by others in this community that it's probably an underlying issue not related to my weight or eating habits. I was told that if my doctor says that these health problems are because I'm obese, then my doctor must be fat-phobic. I have had this shit spewed to me for years and years. But a couple weeks ago, after I visited my doctor for my yearly exam and blood work, I was informed over the phone that I am pre-diabetic. I was absolutely floored. I asked how this is possible, and my doctor laid it out for me bluntly. And my diet, eating habits, obesity, and lack of physical movement largely attributed to this. This was a huge wake-up call to me, and I am fucking pissed. Not just at the fat acceptance, body positivity community, but at myself. I feel so utterly stupid for not seeing how I've been manipulated for years into thinking that my lifestyle is perfectly healthy and sustainable. I was so desperate for companionship and understanding, I believed anything these people told me or posted. I felt so special, being told I was beautiful and perfect just the way I am, when I am absolutely not. I hate myself for being so delusional for all these years and being a part of a community that fed into these delusions. I'm currently on a very strict no sugar and no carb diet to save my life. I'm miserable, but I ultimately did this to myself. So this is my warning to everyone who is a part of the fat acceptance or body positive community. Wake up before something like this happens to you.
Called off my engagement with my fiancée after her reaction to the engagement ring.
The diamond ring I bought for her was lab-grown, $2,400.
A few days after the proposal, everything seemed fine until she somehow discovered the price of the ring.
She told me she felt hurt that I would spend so little on her, claiming it reflected her worth and the seriousness of our future marriage.
When I asked what she had expected, she said the ring should have been at least $20,000. Granted, I sat her down and explained that while I could certainly afford a more expensive ring, we needed to manage expectations.
There's also a wedding to plan, and we might be covering most of the costs ourselves since neither of our parents has the means to help.
I pointed out that there are smarter ways to use $20,000, paying off a car loan, putting it toward a down payment on a house, investing or even funding her business idea, something we had talked about before.
As someone who didn't grow up with financial stability, becoming financially secure and literate is a major priority for me.
But despite the conversation, she insisted she would still feel bothered if I didn't upgrade the ring.
Gentlemen, the price of a diamond ring should never dictate the quality of your marriage.
I don't need to be married to know that. I've been a supportive and committed partner, otherwise she wouldn't have accepted my proposal. Her response shocked me, and after a lot of reflection, I ultimately decided to end our relationship.
These past few days have been rough, full of emotions and reactions from loved ones and friends, but I chose to trust my gut on this one.
We clearly have different values, and I realized this isn't the kind of marriage I want. It hurts, I won't lie. But a price tag on a shiny mineral shouldn't define the foundation of a partnership. Wife is cheating on me with our son's coach.
A little bit of background info. We're from Romania. I'm 38, she's 35. We have a 14-year-old son together, married for 11 years. Good marriage. We've had our ups and downs like any other couple. But overall, we've been happy and stable. I love her, I really do.
Son wants to go to a military high school, currently in 8th grade. And in order to get into one of those here, you need to pass 3 stages: psychological, physical, and theoretical.
For the physical part, you really need to train in order to pass. So most parents hire a coach. After some research, we found this coach who had stellar reviews. Teaches PE at university, manages a soccer team, and most importantly, coaches students for admission into not only military high schools, but also police, military, and intelligence academies. Basically, all institutions which require a physical exam, he coaches for that.
Strict, demanding, involved but warm coach. That's how he's described, and essentially all of his students pass the exam.
Son first started training with him in June. His prices are extremely high, so in the beginning we got him 1 2-hour session per week. Since last month, we do 2 2-hour sessions per week. He's doing great, and he really likes the coach.
I found out about the affair on Sunday. Wife was out shopping, forgot her phone home. I opened the PC, and she was still logged on WhatsApp web. The conversation was muted. I immediately recognized him from the profile pic, and the last message she sent was a white heart emoji. Of course, I'm curious, so I snoop. Long story short, it was romantic, sexual, intimate, starting around August. They talked about me. He asked her if she'll leave me. She said no. Then he asked why. She said she loves us both. She can just be together with both of us. Then he said that's okay, I don't mind sharing. They also talked about our son. He was basically telling her not to worry. He'll 100% get in because he puts in the effort with him as if he was his own son, among other things.
I've been a mess since, but I'm trying to hold myself together for the sake of our son.
I thought about confronting her, making a scene, all of that. But that'll stress my son, and he's already stressed with all the work he has to do for the high school admission stuff. I don't want him to bomb now, in this crucial time period. If he gets into the high school, he'll move away next autumn. I don't know. All I can think of is why me, and more importantly, why now? Why, with this man out of all men in the world,